ever felt like your reality was being twisted by someone else? You're not crazy. You're being gaslighted. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today. Let's begin.
Are you ready to shine? Come on, it's the shiny one.
You got this. Welcome to the Shiny Minds Show with Dr. Shiny. I am Dr. Shiny Burju-Insal, and I bring more than 25 years of experience working with people and 2 doctorate degrees focusing on human behaviors and metaphysical psychology, positive psychology, neurolinguistic programming, neuroscience, and my own global award-winning ICF accredited curriculum for change, truth, and enlightenment, Neuro-Shine Technology. I am going to talk about gaslighting today because I see it everywhere and I cannot stay quiet anymore. We need to define what this is. We need to talk about how it is in your life that you may not even realize. And we also need to talk about solutions, right? So we're going to apply my formula for change, which is change equals awareness multiplied by willingness. The change that we want is that we want to get you out of gaslighting. Doesn't matter if you are the gaslighter or if you are the one who's being gaslighted, we want to change. And because we want that change, we need to bring the awareness of what gaslighting is and the willingness of how to break free from gaslighting. If you are doing it and if you are the one who is being done, doesn't matter. We don't want that because it is against our human rights and it is against our freedom and it's against the frequency that we are about to enter with the Great Awakening of 2027. So let's define what gaslighting is first, okay? Gaslighting is manipulation. That's it. If your thoughts, words, and your reality are being twisted and distorted and manipulated by somebody else's thoughts, words, and reality, that's gaslighting. That's manipulation at the highest level. And you need to become aware of that. You know those moments when you go into your head and then you question, am I crazy? But that was not what happened. That was not my intention. That's not what I said. And then that's not what happened. It's not the truth. Was that the reality? Am I crazy? That confusion, if you're feeling like this after communicating with people, you're being gaslighted, okay? Another clue. You are being totally authentic and truthful and operating from your own truth and intention, pure vibrations, high level frequencies, right? And still, the person in front of you is committed to being misunderstood and is committed to make you feel like you're the bad guy. Ever felt like that? Ever found yourself in those situations? Yep, that's also gaslighting. Your truth is being distorted, is being twisted, and you are being accused of being the bad guy. Oh, and then you are the one to blame. Yep, that's gaslighting. No matter how hard you try, no matter how clean you show up, no matter how incredibly positive you are, if the person in front of you is, again, committed to manipulate you, game over. Why? Now let's look at why people gaslight. If you are the one gaslighting, and if you are not aware, please listen to me super carefully because I know you don't want that. I know there is a part of you that wants to understand why you're doing it. And if you are the one you're doing it, you're about to break free from it. Reason number 1, you have been manipulated, emotionally abused, and gaslighted yourself. That's why you have had that experience and your physical body, your emotional frequency, and your psyche, your aura is carrying that. And because you're carrying that, you're projecting it and you're not even aware of it. Please become aware. Awareness is the first step to freedom. Okay? Ask yourself this question. Have I felt emotionally abused, emotionally manipulated? And have I ever felt like I was not important? I was not worthy of my thoughts, my words, my opinions, my expression? Then Perhaps you have been gaslighted, manipulated, and that's why you learned it unconsciously. And then you're carrying it within the deeper layers of your emotional subconscious parts. And that's why you bring it. So that's the first reason. Second reason, you are a control freak. You know it or you don't. You have a desire to control. You have a desire to twist reality. I mean, which can be your superpower, but if it is at the cost, at the expense of other people's well-being, then may I have a conversation with you? May I ask you to stop it immediately because you are not helping. You are damaging others. And I know you don't want that. You do not want that. You just need to become aware of it so that you can become free from it, right? I know. If you are the one trying to control, exploit, abuse, and manipulate others, please stop it. You're better than that. The world needs you to break free from it. The world needs your better version. And we're going to thank you and you're going to thank yourself for stepping out of it. Reason number 3, you are insecure and you have fears and you don't want the world to see your truth because you don't want to see your own truth. You cannot look in the mirror because you don't like what you see in the mirror. You have fears and you have insecurities and you have doubts and super negative conversations with yourself. Is that right? I understand that. We all go through those stages in our lives. I get it. What I don't want you to do is to project it onto others. It's not easy, I know. But if you become aware of it, you're going to understand it and then you're going to transform it. You're going to transcend it. We all have insecurities. We all have fears. We all have frustrations. But to represent our human dignity, our freedom, our human rights, yesterday was International Human Rights Day. And so here we go. Let's talk about that. What is our right? Our right to be authentic, to be true to ourselves. That's the biggest freedom. I know that's what you want. And because you cannot be who you are meant to be, you're stuck in somebody else that you are not. And then that is so painful that you project it onto others. I get it. I understand it. I have seen this mechanics over and over and over again for the past 15 years as I have been teaching mindset, NLP, coaching, and emotional intelligence, and all kinds of psychological tools. I've seen it. I've written books about it. I've written dissertations about it. 2 of those. I get it. That's why I am offering my help. If you want to be free, there are tools. Okay. So I'm talking to the ones who are gaslighting and manipulating and not aware. Let me talk to the ones who are being manipulated and gaslighted. You need knowledge. You need awareness. You need to close the gap of knowledge. You cannot stay ignorant about human psychology anymore. Not in the world that we live today. We are saying goodbye to 2025. In the next year, with the Great Awakening coming up in 2027 and the planetary alignments that we're going to experience in February and April of 2026. Yep, there's always cosmic stuff. There's always cosmic weather before the human weather. And I always look at the sky and I study the sky mechanics. And I'm bringing you the sky mechanics and I am combining different disciplines and different philosophies. And I'm inviting you to step into a stronger, more prepared, more educated, and more wise version of you. If you're being gaslighted, you need to understand that. You need to spot it. How are you going to spot it? You need to know what that is. You need to be able to define it. If you don't know what that is, if you don't have the awareness of it, how are you even going to catch it? You're going to keep questioning yourself, which is going to damage your confidence, which is going to project in your relationships, which is going to project in your self-love. And that's exactly what we don't want, do we? We do not want humanity doubting, criticizing, judging itself. We want humanity rising up, strong, powerful, confident, and shining with the cosmic light within. That's what we want. And that's why I wanted to talk about gaslighting today. It's so subtle that you don't realize. And that's why I get so passionate about it. If I see it, You see, if I see it, I need to talk about it. And then Zoom also catches it. It is important where we stand in our psychology. I am inviting you to study human psychology. When you understand human psychology, when you understand your unmet needs, your gap of knowledge, what you don't know that you don't know, what you know that you don't know that you need to know, and also what you know that you need to know more about. All of that is all about information. It's all about knowledge. This life, we are here to learn. You are born to study life. Experiencing is learning. Think about it. If you are not learning, then you're not growing. And if you're not growing, then you're not ascending. If you're not ascending, then you're not really integrating of all there is to experience as consciousness. One of my dissertation papers is about consciousness is all there is, experiencing itself through us. What it means is there is only consciousness, and that consciousness can enter into many different forms, sometimes black, sometimes white, sometimes colorful. There are all the colors in the rainbow. Consciousness is there for us to choose and to manifest. What are you choosing? Without the knowledge, you don't even know what to choose. That's why you need knowledge. I mean, that's why I became super aware when I studied all of these things. And that's what I wanted to study. I wanted to learn. I wanted to understand human psychology. I wanted to understand the human brain. I wanted to understand relationships, because everything is a relationship. This whole entire universe is a web of relationships. Planets have their own relationships, the sun and the moon and the time and the space and the dimensions and consciousness and experiences. Everything is interrelated. Everything is a map of consciousness. So that's why as I study, I learn more, that I realize that I don't know so much. There's so much that I don't know. It's big. So we need to keep studying. That's why you see all my certificates behind me, because I am a professional student for life. I mean, there's so much to learn. And that's why if you don't even know what gaslighting means, if you don't even know such a terminology exists, of course you're not going to understand what's going on. Of course you're going to experience self-doubt, and you're going to confuse yourself, and then you're going to lose your self-confidence, because you're going to be like, that's not what I meant, but people are actually giving me this feedback, and you're going to be in this biofeedback loop constantly making you doubt yourself. Like, how can you expect to build your confidence in a feedback loop like that? You can't. Why? Because you don't have the fundamental truths. You don't have the knowledge. Please study. Please become aware. Please look at human behaviors, and then please look at your own behaviors and see what's missing and see what you need to know. So let's talk about solutions right now. Gaslighting, being gaslighted, doesn't matter who is doing what. We need to stop it because it is costing us. And that's where I bring my Neuro-Shine Technology, my coaching mindset, curiosity, gratefulness, love, and light forever, eternally. I created my own curriculum of change and truth and enlightenment and growth. That's my Neuro-Shine Technology. I needed it because I didn't know, just like you. You don't know what gaslighting is. You don't know what victim mentality is. You don't know the symptoms of unmet needs. You don't know how it shows up in your language. You don't know how you're controlling people in your sentences. You're not even aware. You don't know you're leading when you're thinking that you're just giving people options. You're not aware. I get it. I get it. That's why I'm telling you. So if you choose to learn, if you choose to close the gap, we are here and we want to help. You can go to shinyuinstall.com, grab the PDF, and then look at what we're offering. And if you resonate, get on a call with us, email us, talk to one of my faculty trainers, because we are here to turn this game around. This human game, we are here to represent human rights. We are here to represent humanity with dignity, humanity with freedom mindset, not victim mindset. We are here to change the game. If you are with us, join us. I call it coaching. You call it something else. In today's world, it's called coaching mindset. That's where you get to give people the autonomy, the freedom to be who they are, to be their authentic self. Gaslighting is coming from the lack of being your authentic self. When you understand that there are so many parts of you that need to integrate, that need to merge from mental to emotional to physical, because there are wounds that we are experiencing. There are wounds of separation, rejection, guilt, and depression. There's so many things that we can teach you. We cannot teach you if you do not bring us your if you do not bring us your open mind and open heart. We can only teach you when you're ready, right? The teacher shows up and the student is ready. So whenever you're ready, we are here to work with you. And I have another website that I'm going to share with you, Neuro-Shine Technology.com. You can also go look at my faculty-led cohorts. We are now offering it to the world starting in 2026. You're going to have your Luminary Pass for the entire 12 months, where you get to attend as many cohorts as you wish with my faculty. We would love to have you. We would like to work with you and transform you inside out so that you become one of us, you join us to awaken the conscious leaders in the world, because the world needs more of us. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please put a like on it, share it with other conscious leaders so that we can make this world a more conscious, more delicious, more responsible place together. Thank you for allowing my light into your neurons. Until next time, keep shining your light.
Go galactic. Then you're in the right place.